Hey Decide Destiny crew, Carl Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Destiny Daily Dose. Decide to learn how to convert energy. A friend gave me a brilliant comment just earlier and really grounded me. She was saying that she was dealing with a lot of issues, challenges, complications, and she did what I do, and she found a way to convert that energy. And it was really humbling that she said that. And to be honest, I've got a long way to go. I've got a lot of stuff to learn. I'm sure you've got a long way to go and a lot of stuff to learn, and I think that's why we're all here. And the changes that are ramping up, I think a part of that is just how much more we've got to learn, how much more we've got to learn about ourselves, how much more we've got to learn about everything, and that's the joy of life. There's a lot to learn. However, I understood what she was talking about, and it is something that's, I pride myself in an ability, a skill that I've learnt, not maybe consciously, but probably inadvertently through challenges and maybe traumas and hardships that we're all going to face, and we all do face in life. And touch wood, hopefully not too many before we learn those lessons. But I think that sort of converting energy skill is something that I've learned through life experience. And what she was talking about in particular was how something that would maybe cause a lot of turmoil for someone else, for me, for some reason, I can find a positive outcome, or I can find a way of using it to bolster me. It's kind of like some people, you hear it in a lot of hip hop music as well, people use haters as motivation, as inspiration, as reason to create even better work, as reason to have your heels dug even deeper in what you believe and what you're standing for and what you're rapping or talking or showing up for in your life. So I thought I'd put a video together and just kind of share what are the steps that I take to kind of convert energy, and how does it work for me. So for me, a big part of converting energy comes down to the way that I look at things. So my grandmother said simple philosophies of look at the donut, not the hole, look at the glass half full, not empty. However, in recent times, there's been things that I think we've all looked at, that we've all had to kind of review and change and pivot and question, that have really been out of the ordinary things that usually challenge us. And I think the things that naturally are life challenges are compounded by like I said, things changing so quickly lately. So I guess to clarify how I convert energy is, yes, I start with that positive frame of mind. However, some of the things that I use to help me, number one would be taking a bird's eye view. So my grandmother, who I spoke about earlier, she had a brother who passed away and then came back to life. So died and came back to life during a surgery. And he came out of the surgery and the doctors were perplexed because he knew exactly what they were doing during the surgery. He knew the tools they were using. He knew how they were working. And this brother was a tiler. Nothing against tilers, but he wasn't necessarily someone who was quite aware of the trade of surgery. So of being a surgeon and doctor in that sense. So they couldn't understand what was going on. But he shared that his experience was that he came out of his body and he floated up to the top of the ceiling, and that's how he could see everything. And my grandmother had a similar experience. I didn't have any of those experiences when I had operations and surgeries, but that sort of experience, that's kind of the philosophy I'm talking about here, is you're getting out of your physical state, you're getting out of the emotional state when something has challenged you, when something that you don't agree with has happened, when a controlling force is wrapping its raptures around you, wrapping its like confines around you when you don't know a way out, when you can't see a way out. When you're in that emotional state, it's very hard to convert that energy because you're allowing that that fear porn. You're allowing that challenge to overwhelm you and consume you. And so you're actually now giving the power away, and you're not bringing power back in yourself to be able to use that and convert that energy. So one of the ways to do that is to come out from a bird's eye view and look at everything. So kind of like you're looking at a chessboard, you're seeing the plans that have been put into place, you're seeing the chess pieces that have been used and who's using those chess pieces, and you've got to develop your own strategy. Am I going to be a part of this plan, or am I going to be on the outskirts there, or am I going to try and pivot and move chess pieces this way? So that's one of the ways that you can convert energy, is to come out bird's eye view and look at everything from that sort of pragmatic, logical, and also I think it's more of a creative way of looking at the challenges up ahead. Another way of doing it is to look at your philosophies, your values, your principles, and really work them out. And I think one of the things collectively in the last few years probably that has happened is that we've had to really question and work out what are our values, and maybe beyond just the opinions and the beliefs and the things we attach our identity to and our ego to, and the fights that we just kind of attach to, rather than really working out, okay, does this connect with my values and who I am? Beyond that sort of stuff lies your principles, who you are, what you stand for, why you stand for what you stand for, and through that you're able to make decisions a lot easier. You're able to respond a lot quicker. You're able to respond with a lot more confidence, because you can look at something pop up and go, do I agree with this? No, I don't. Am I buying into this? No, I'm not. Am I buying into this? Okay, yeah, I believe that, I agree with that. And you're able to really decipher and make your own independent, sovereign choices quickly, rather than being caught up in the whirlwind of different people's opinion and different people's reviews and what this one thinks and what that one thinks. You can just ask yourself and go, well, this is what I think, this is what I stand for, this is why I'm going this direction. Happy for you to go your direction. So that's one of the tips, is to really, and with your philosophies, it's not just about talking about them, it's about living them. It's about, and one of the ways that I've found really helps, and look, it's really nice to keep your mind clear, but for me, I have a constant dialogue. I hear voices in my head, but no, I constantly am engaged with life. I'm full, like an eternal philosopher, looking at things, going, can this be done better? Or no, okay, in that situation, the old ways are better because that that has been the way it has always been, and that works in that situation. But maybe this can be different, and looking at nature and learning and looking at everything around me and engaging, interacting, and being a part of life. And I think that's one of the things that you can do when I think you raise your awareness and connect with your philosophies, your principles, your values. You're able to have those voices in your head, but they're in a constructive way. They're in a passionate way. They're in an interactive way. They're in an inspiring way. And so that's one of the ways that you can really nail down what your philosophies are, what your values are. Because there's going to be times that you disagree with your own parents. There's going to be times you disagree with your own boss, whoever your boss may be, your own partner. And you really need to work out who you are, to work out what you stand for, and really investigate that. So spend some time with that. And I guess the third point would be to play it out. And this is where something's hit you, so something's challenged you, something's come into your life, and there's maybe 2 or 3 directions you can take. And what I want you to understand is that there's always another way. There's always your choice. There's always an alternative. There is always, there's always multiple ways, multiple strategies. And I think entrepreneurs understand this, people in business, critical thinkers understand this. And one of the things that you can do to convert energy is that when that thing hits you and you've got those emotions and that fear and that concern or that worry, and once you've stepped back and you calm down a bit, play it out. Okay, if this happens and then that happens, am I prepared for this? Am I ready for that? Am I willing to do this? Am I willing to stand by my morals, my ethics? Okay, if this and this goes that way, then what will I be like in that setting? And so when you play things out, you're future prepping, you're preparing for things that will come and challenges and complications will come up, so that the next time something hits you, you're ready. You know, you are prepared. You've worked out how to convert that energy ahead of time. And I think that's something that really helps you out. And it helps you out in the present. If there's things that are going on, you can play out multiple circumstances and see, you know, which one you'd be happy with. It's like playing a video game and you've got the hero's archetype, and you know, you've got this quest. You're at the point of the quest, and you're choosing the different directions, and you're playing each of them out. So then you can go, okay, great, I've had a preview of each of those directions. Obviously, life's going to get involved, things are going to change, unpredictable things are going to come up, but I can kind of understand what's going to happen if I go down this way. I can understand what's going to happen if I disobey my morals and my ethics and my values in this direction. I can understand what's going to happen if I react out of emotions in this way. You know, and you can do it with all things in your life. You know, if I go for a walk, if I don't go for a walk, will it be okay? Sure, it'll be okay, but will I feel better? No, I'll feel better if I go for a walk. You know, and this is where you look at converting energy as well. You can change your frame of mind in terms of, oh, I don't have energy to exercise, I don't have time, I just can't do it. Oh, you know, like when I'm doing this challenge, people say, oh, how do you have time to do all that stuff? And I look at it in a different way and I go, actually, exercise is creating energy. It's actually helping my whole system. It's helping my blood move better, my organs move better. It's helping everything move and function better and create more oxygen and create more vibrancy in my life. So I'm actually creating energy. I'm not going out and expanding energy and just lying over on the ground for the rest of the day. I'm actually creating energy. It's creating energy exercise, it's creating energy thing that I'm doing in my day. So that's one of the ways that you can look at it, is that you're playing it out. Will I be better off if I exercise or not? Well, after what I've just said, yes, obviously so. So that's one of the ways that you can do as well. So I hope that helped, guys. Really is a powerful tool to be able to convert energy, to be able to take what you're giving and going, hey, guess what? I still have the power in how I'm going to respond. Viktor Frankl, last of man's choices is his choice to decide his own will. And I think that's probably, you know, bloody smash that. Probably didn't do well in that quote, but you know, something along those lines is that it's your will to choose. You've received the information, you've downloaded the information, you've got it, you've collected it. Now, what are you going to do about it? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Share it around if anyone else you think this might help. Maybe it's resonate with someone. Maybe there's ways that you can convert energy a little bit. I can do it better each and every day. And it's something that I focus on, and actually was something that I probably didn't really become aware of until a friend, you know, complimented me and said that I do it so well, and that she's doing it in this circumstance in her life with these challenges coming up. So I think it's really something that I had to make a video about, something that I have to remember and remind myself about, and a quality that I think really, really should be respected in yourself, and really exercised and investigated and practiced consistently. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. And remember, as always, decide your destiny. Cheers.